Hello and welcome to eTech. My name is Akshay, and today we will see what is DLL health and how to solve DLL health problem. Okay, so we have been discussing this since the very beginning of this tutorial series. Okay, so that what is DLL health problem and how to solve that. So here we are. So we will see. Okay, so for that, let's just consider we have two applications. Okay, that is application one and application two. And both these applications are using the shared DLL. Okay, that is the shared assembly is being shared by both this application 1 and application 2. And what happens over the period of time, this application 2 changes something in this shared assembly. Okay, so what that change might be, that change might be in the method name or return type of a method. Okay, so anything. So due to change in this shared assembly by this application 2, this application 1 will no longer be a backward compatible. Now what is backward compatible? An application is said to be backward compatible if its depending application or assemblies work fine even after changes or modification in the application. Okay, so to simplify this, if we go by a solid principle of OOPS concept, that is the OOP concept. So what solid principle says, that is open close principle of the solid principle, that it says that application should be open for extension but should be closed for modification. Okay. Now what are these solid principle and all? If you guys are not aware of this thing, so I will make video on that. Just comment me the section below that you want solid principles video. I want to just tell you that solid principles are the principles we have to follow while making applications. That in simple terms, an application is said to be a good application if it follows all the five principles of solid principles. Okay, so solid principles are introduced in OOP by Robert C. Martin. Okay, so that is a whole different concept. If you guys want, I will make that video on that also. Okay, so coming back to this video, now let's assume another situation that from internet I have downloaded these two applications. Okay, application 1 and application 2, and both these applications are dependent on this shared DLL. But over the period of time, so what happens in real time, that application might undergo change. Okay, so there might be different versions of application. Okay, so that we have discussed in previous videos, that what are these changes. So after that, if application 2 has made some changes and now this application 1 is not backward compatible. So why? Because changes in these applications are no longer compatible with this application 1. Okay, so that forces this application 1 to fail. Okay, so that is what we call DLL health problem. Okay, now if we go by definition, so what definition says, DLL health problem is where one application installs a new version of the shared component which is not backward compatible with the version already exists on the machine, which causes all other applications that are dependent on shared component to fail. Okay, so now what we will do, we will see that in action. So you will might understand this better. So let's jump into the Visual Studio for that. Okay, I will open Visual Studio 2019. Okay, I will create new project. Okay, and again, one thing I want to tell you today, that in this .NET Framework tutorial till now, I have been using this .NET Core applications. Why I have done that? Because I have done that deliberately to show you, because you will find number of tutorial videos on YouTube that explains all these .NET Framework concept with .NET Framework applications only. Okay, so I will show you that. If you see this, there are two console applications we can create. One that is .NET Core and one that is .NET Framework. Okay, so deliberately from the starting of this .NET Framework tutorial, I have shown you these .NET Core applications. Why? Because you will find n number of video tutorials on this .NET Framework, but there are very less or there are no video tutorials on this .NET Core, and that doesn't make any difference because concepts will be same. Just there will be a difference of type of applications. Okay, but I have done that deliberately because this .NET Core was introduced in 2016. Okay, which came with Visual Studio 2015's third update. Okay, and if you recollect, I have told you that earlier what used to happen. So by earlier I mean in .NET framework that happens when application used to create only .exe for this console application. But until we have seen that these core applications creates .exe as well as .js for all of this same application. Okay, so that was the difference. So earlier what I mean in this .NET framework, because this .NET framework was introduced in 2002 and this .NET Core is introduced just 4 years ago, that is 2016, that came up with Visual Studio 2015's third update. Okay, so that's why I have shown you until now this .NET Core applications, that is all this .NET frameworks concept with this .NET Core console application. Okay, but now today, as you know, as you have understand that how this concept goes same with this .NET Core application also, but with some slight changes, and that I have shown you in this series. Okay, that might have clear all these things that only not only these .NET framework applications, we can create this .NET Core application with the same concepts. Okay, with the same .NET framework concept. But today we will use this console app that is .NET framework application. Okay, so I will choose this. I will create this. Okay, I will give name this application one, and targeting framework is .NET 4.7.2. Okay, I will create that. Now again, if you guys might be wondering, I from the starting of this .NET Framework tutorial, I have not tell you that I have been using this .NET Core application instead of .NET Framework application, because if I would have tell you that from the very beginning, then you guys might have been in some dilemma of thinking that why this .NET Core application and why not .NET Framework, and what is this .NET Framework and .NET Core? So what is the difference between these two? Okay, so that's why I have not told you from the beginning, but I will be uploading videos related to .NET Core tutorial as well. Okay, so wait for that. And before .NET Core tutorials, I will be uploading video tutorials on .NET C Sharp. Okay, so coming back to this video. Okay, so we have this application one here. Now what I will do, I will add one another application. Again, I will choose .NET Framework. Okay, and I will give this name as application 2. Okay. So don't be confused with this solution name and project name. This is a solution name application one. Okay, you can choose your solution name anything you want, and under this solution we have these projects. Okay, and again in this solution I will add one library project. That is class library. Okay, so I will search for a class library. Okay, and again same thing goes with this also. Until now I have shown you this class library with this .NET standard. Okay, so we have also .NET framework as well as .NET core. Okay, so we will choose this .NET framework, and again I will show you one thing. So just let me create this. So let okay, so we'll keep this name as it is, and we'll create. Okay, so if you recollect from my previous video, I have told you one thing also, that you will not find this assembly info. If you not find this assembly info, we can create one. Okay, so why it was not present there? Because we were working with .NET Core instead of this .NET framework. That's why this assembly info was not there. Okay, but with this .NET framework applications, we have this assembly info right here. Okay, if you go to this assembly info, okay, so whatever I was showing you with these properties. Okay, so let me show you that again. If you go to projects properties, So here there were one package section. Okay. So from that package you will be able to change the assembly version, file version, etc. etc. But with this Rocket framework, we have all this information right here in this assembly info class. Okay. That is assembly description, configuration, trademark, culture, and this assembly version and assembly file. Okay. So coming back to this video, that what is DNS helper. Okay. So we have this class library project here, and what we will do, we will take one method here. We string get message one B. And what this method will do, it will method a simple message as always. Message from class library one. Okay. And let's say this. Okay. And let me build this project. Okay, so this assembly is considered. What I will do, now I will give this class library reference to this assembly to this application one project. Okay, and how to give reference I have shown you already. Go to projects, right click on projects, project and add reference of whatever project or assembly you want to rectify this. Okay, so as I have shown you something that we can add reference of these projects if these projects are right here in this solution, that is present in this solution. But what if you want to give reference of any project or any activity that is not present in this solution? So for that I will show you what we can do. We can browse this. Okay, and then go to. Okay, so here one project is there. Okay, debug standard, and this is the class level. And if you add from here also, that also will be fine. Okay, so that's how you can give a reference of any assembly or any project that is not present in this solution, but as it is present in this solution, I will give reference from here only. Okay, so I will click OK. Okay, so reference of this class library has been added to this reference section. Okay, and same thing I will do with this application 2 as well. I will give reference of class library 3 to this as well. Okay, this is not the project we have created. If you see, our project name is class library 1. Okay, so this is the wrong assembly. What I will do, I will remove this and I will add again. It was just by mistake. Go to projects. Okay, we have this class library 1. I will do reference. Okay, this class library 1 for project is added. Now, for what we should do, we will do save this again. Class library 1. Okay, and the reference is added successfully. And what we will do with both these applications, I will use this program a simple. First, we will use this class library 1. We will use this using statement using class library 1. Okay, and console. We will show a simple message to the console. Is console.log and last one this class 1 is present in this class library 1. Okay, we are using this class library 1. Okay, in this class library 1, there is a message, there is a method. Sorry, there is a method. Get message 1. And that message we want to print. We will use one read line also. We will use read line also to for a console application to ask us to enter a key. Okay, and same thing I will do in this application to edit. So maybe we should. Okay, so this red symbol is here because we have not used class library 1 statement here. Okay, so in this IntelliSense we will find that using class library 1. Okay, we have added this using statement here. Now I will build this whole project, whole solution. Okay. Okay. Now what I will do is let me minimize this for the sake of simplicity, and I will go to this project. Okay. I will go to this project first. This project's folder in file explorer. Okay. And now if you can see here, there is only a exe file, not a DLL. Okay. So that's the difference when you create an application with .NET Core and when you create an application with .NET Framework. Okay, so that's why I have deliberately shown you from the starting itself the .NET Core application. I wanted to show you this because there are very less number of videos you will find on the internet, you will find on YouTube, and no different working was there. Okay, so if you run this, so it is only scanning. Don't worry. If you run this, it is running fine. Message from class library. Okay, and don't be confused with this file. This .exe is not exe. If you see here, this is the configuration file. Okay, don't worry about it. Now save it. And now as I have shown you these assemblies. Okay, so now we will assume one scenario that let's say I have downloaded this application 1 from internet. Okay, and this application 1 has these files downloaded right in this target folder. Okay, so what I will do, I will take this assembly and this class library 1.dm. From here I will copy this and paste that in some downloads folder. Okay, I have one download folder in C drive. Okay, and let's assume that I have downloaded this application 1 from the internet, and these are the files that downloaded into this download folder. Okay, and let me run this again, so we will find that it is running. Okay, this is from class library. Okay, and same thing what I have done, that I have downloaded this application 2 also from the internet. Okay, so let me go to this folder. Okay, I will take this application 2 and this class library 1 here. Okay, I'm pasting it here, and as I have downloaded this application 2, and that is also dependent on that class library 1 DLL, so it is replacing that older class library 1 DLL here. But one point here is that it is not being changed. There is no change in this class library 1 DLL. Okay, so it is the same class library 1 DLL, just it is overriding that older version. Okay, so we will override that, and what it says, it is open in another project. Okay, so let me close that. I will paste that again. I will replace. Okay, now this application 2 is also get downloaded from the internet, and both these applications are share the same assembly. Okay, Now I have shown you already how application 1 is working fine. Okay, even after this class level 1 is overridden. Okay, and this application 2, and this also work fine. Okay, this is from class level 1. Okay, now let's assume that over a period of time, this application 2 has overridden or make some changes in this class level 1 DLL. Okay, we will see that in action. Okay, so what this application 2 has done, that it has made some changes in this method's name. Okay, not much difference. There is only method name change from here. Let's say some message is changed. There is new message from class level 1. Okay, and having done that, we know that whenever an application undergoes any change, there is a change in assembly version as well. Okay, so we will do that also. We will go to properties. Sorry, we will. So let me do that. So we will go to properties. This class level 1, and here you will find assembly version. We will make that 2. Okay, I will save that. I will save that. I will rebuild this. Okay, and I will rebuild this only. So we haven't changed this. Only this application 2 has changed, undergo change, and this has changed this shared component. Okay, I will rebuild this also. Okay, we can ignore that because application 1 has not undergo any change. For the sake of demonstration, I am showing this only to you. Okay, so in application 2, we have to change this method as this class library has changed this method name to get message 2. Okay, and I will save that and I will rebuild this again. Okay, now we will go to this folder and will assign this folder, and as we are assuming one scenario that we have downloaded two applications from internet, and that application 2 has that application 2 has made some changes in this class library 1 DLL over the period of time, and now I have downloaded that fresh application 2 from the internet, and the target location is this. Okay, I have downloaded and it get downloaded now. This class library 1 will be get replaced by this new version of class library 1 DLL. And what happens we will see. Okay, so this application 2 should work fine. There is no doubt in that. Okay, there is a new message from class library 1. Okay, so there is a change, and just because this application 1 was dependent on the older version of class library 1.0, and that it is not backward compatible, so now if I run this, it will fail. Okay, so there is an unended exception, method not found. So this we call as a DLL help problem. So now you have understand that what is DLL help problem. Now how we can solve this DLL help problem. Okay, so for that, let's sign this class library 1 assembly with a strong name. Now, how to do that? I have shown you in my previous videos. You can get that out because I will not be repeating every step here. So, what I will do, I will sign this assembly with strong name. Okay. So for that, we need only assembly key attribute that we will find here. Assembly key. Okay. So let assembly key file, and in the constructor of this assembly key file attribute, we know we have to give location as well as the name of the key pair, the private public key pair file. Okay, so I have already one private public key pair file, and how to create a private public key file also, that also I have shown you in the previous videos of this Dotnet framework tutorial. So you have to check out that because I will not show you that here. Okay, you have to check that out. Okay, so I have one private public key file here in this zip file. Okay, we will go there. Okay, I have this key file here. we have to just give the name with the location itself. Okay, so C is the location. Okay, let me correct this. Okay, so I will save this. I will rebuild this. Okay, so we succeeded. And now this is the strong name assembly. Okay, I will show you how it is in strong name assembly. And we have discussed in our previous videos also. But again, I will show you what I will. And what I will do here, I will correct that also because I am showing you a new demonstration. That is to this time. Okay, and I will rebuild this whole solution. Okay, so again, same scenario. Okay, I have downloaded this application one from the internet. We have this file generated. Okay, let me copy this. Let me delete this. Okay, I will copy here. Okay, and same thing. And I have downloaded this application as well. That is application 2 from the internet. Copy this and I will paste it. Okay, and I will try to run this. It is working fine. Application 2 also working fine. Now, again the same scenario that this application 2 over the period of time has to make some changes in this class library 1 day. But before we make that or before we do that, I want to tell you something that we know now this class library 1.jl is a strong name assembly, and we know we can add a strong name assembly into get. So what we will do, we will add this assembly into get. And how we can do that? That also I have shown you in my previous video. So again I am repeating, you have to check out that because I will not be repeating every step that is in detail here. Okay, so I will go to developers command prompt and it has administrator. Okay, so I will use this get util tool here .exe and we have to use -i. This -i indicates that we are installing, and I have to give this library name here which we want to install it to get with the location itself. Either you give full location or you can go to that location and then you can use get util one and the same thing. Okay, so I am using this like this. Okay, I will place that here. I will place it. Okay, assembly successfully added to the cluster. And we know whatever assembly it is being added to the location that is C, Windows, Microsoft.NET, assembly, and Jack MSN. Because from starting from .NET 4.0, we have two GAC locations, and that also we have everything discussed in our previous videos. Okay, so location for this assembly is C drive, Windows, Microsoft.NET assembly, and Jack MSN. Okay, okay, so we have added this class library one here in the GAC, and from this we can also tell that this is a strong name assembly because only strong name assemblies can be installed into GAC. Okay, and again coming back to our DLL help problem. Okay, so now this is a strong name assembly. We have added that into GAC, and now we will change. That is, we assume that this application 2 is making some changes in this class library one. Okay, so what we will do? let's say this class library 1, this class library has changes this method name to class get message 2 to get message 1, and again new message from class library 2 to message from class library 1. Again, okay, and also we have to change this version. Okay, instead of 2, we will make this 3. Okay, now I will label this, and as we know, we have changes that method name, so we have to change here as well because only we are talking about application 2. Application 1 has nothing to do with it. Okay, so we will rebuild this as well. Rebuild. I will right click on this. I will go to the folder of assemblies. Okay, I will take this file again from here. I will copy and the same scenario we have been assuming that we have downloaded this new application 2 from the internet, and it has some changes made in that class library 1 DLL, and it has replaced this class library 1, that is old class library 1 DLL, with this new class library 1 DLL here. Okay, so now application 2 will run fine as we have seen before also. Okay, it is running. Now we will try to run this application 1. It should also work. Okay, so if you see this application 2 is printing this message, that is message from class level 1, which is a changed message, and this application 1 is showing new message from class level 1, that is an older message. So now you might be wondering, how is this possible? So that is how we have solved this. That is how this is DLL help problem is solved with strong name assemblies. Okay, now we know what compiler does, how .NET runtime environment find assemblies during program execution. It will check assemblies manifest, it will check name of the assemblies, and first it will find assembly into get. If and only if it is strong name assembly. If it doesn't find, if it has not find there, it will check as applications configuration file if provided one. If it is not also there, then it will find the same location where this exe is. Okay, so now in this case we have this class library 1's older version installed into a GAC, so compiler must have found it there itself. So that's why this application 1 is running because of that older class library 1 DLL which is yet installed into a GAC. Okay, and this application 2 is running because of this class library 1.dll. Now I will show you one thing again. Now we know this class library 1 DLL is from name assembly, so this version, this second version also we can add into GAC, so we will add that. Okay, what I will do, I will add that again. Okay, so now it is added successfully again, and if we go to GAC MSIL class library 1, so we have two versions here, that is 2 and 3, and now if I delete this from here, sorry, if I have delete from this from here, still these two applications should work. Application 1 is printing new method from library 1. Application 2 is getting message from class library 1. Because we have these class library 1s, both the versions in GAC that are present in GAC. So that's why this DLL help problem is solved. And also assembly with same name having two different versions can live in the same location. So what we call this phenomenon, that is side by side execution. Okay, so that is how DLL help problem is solved, and that is a DLL help problem we have learned in this tutorial. Okay, we will see once a summary so that you will understand it better. Okay, so what is DLL help problem? DLL help problem occurred when one application changes shared component over a period of time and all other dependent application fails due to non-backward compatibility. And I have explained you what is backward compatibility. Okay, and DLL help problem are no longer exist with introduction of strong named assemblies. That is, we can solve DLL help using strong named assemblies. Okay, so with this we have come to an end of our .NET Framework tutorial series, and maybe we will meet soon in our next video tutorial, that is C# training video tutorials, that is C# tutorials. So till then, stay tuned and just subscribe this channel because whenever I will upload those C# tutorial videos, you will be notified. And till then, stay tuned and thank you.